Alright, YouTube, so I cannot believe I have to make a third installment of a video regarding this issue, which I don't really feel it should be an issue. But I want to this time delve into some of the arguments that people make against allowing people going to the bathroom which best matches their gender identity. Um, Now, I said before, and I'll say it again, I made the first video on transgendered people's right to use the bathroom that best matches their identity 2 months before it became a huge issue that the GOP were stomping and throbbing about. And I've even met some liberals who are out, all for LG and B rights, but seem to forget there's the T at the end of that acronym. Um, But I guess this also is kind of inspired because of numerous political groups I'm in Facebook and debating groups, and they just keep drudging this argument up, and it's the same arguments, and I keep refuting them, and I don't think it's really getting through people's heads. So I'm just going to make a video about it to tell you my stance on it. And recently you've probably heard that Target has made a new policy, which I respect them for gratefully now. Uh, they are now allowing their patrons, their customers, to go into the fitting rooms and into the bathrooms that matches the gender that they identify with. So if a woman is, I'm trying to become a man, she can go into, rather excuse me, he can go into the male restroom and he could go into the male fitting room. And it's funny because, I've seen very little males speak out about this. I haven't seen a lot of guys speak out against it. I've seen a lot of females speak out against it. Some freaky guy's gonna dress up in a dress, and he's gonna go into the women's bathroom and diddle himself in the stall and look at my kids and plant cameras in the toilet. Here's the thing. With or without this debate raging on, this would have already happened. I am sure there has been somebody in history, in recent memory in this country, who has cross-dressed in order to sneak into the women's restroom to be a peeping Tom or to sexually harass women. Excuse me. But I think the fear is ridiculous for a few things here. I think this argument, first and foremost, I think it stems from a misunderstanding. They seem to think that because they're transgender or posing as a transgender person, that will make them exempt from a law. No, I mean, if you go into a restroom and rape someone, you're still going to be convicted of rape. If you go into the restroom and, plant cameras everywhere, you're going to be arrested and charged for that. Or if you sexually assault someone, or if you're inappropriately touching someone without their consent, I think these are kind of dead giveaways. Just because we're allowing a small percentage of the population to actually, feel and embrace who they are, doesn't mean that people were already going to take advantage of this anyway. There are probably males out there who could pass very well as females and vice versa. But, I've also been hearing I have no problem with it if the person actually gets their penis and testicles removed. And there's like some assholes out there who say I'm not gonna call them a woman until they have a woman part. If they're until they're post-op. I'm sorry, Jack, but once they say they're a woman, once they're going the length to look like a woman, or vice versa, they are a woman. And some of them don't even go to get the gender reassignment surgery because some of them would still like to achieve an orgasm in their life again. We have strides continuously in medicine now. But to be honest with you, that's still something you would have to work on. And, it's never going to be the same afterwards. But why would you even need to know that? And the thing is that these people have most likely shared a bathroom with a transgendered person. Probably on more than one occasion, especially if you're in a metropolitan area. And you were probably safe then. No one went out of their way to break down the door of the stall and fondle you. But now all of a sudden that it's being brought up, you're going to fret. And I'm seeing a lot of uncanny parallels with what people thought about gays. Oh, gays should go into a separate bathroom. What if this guy runs into the bathroom and rapes me? I cannot, for the life of me, ever remember hearing about some scenario where a testosterone latent, super muscular, freakish gay guy breaks into a bathroom and rapes some innocent guy minding his own business. And that's the thing. Everybody just wants to go in and go out. And, I don't even know what's so appealing about spying on people in the bathroom. What's associated with the bathroom? Well, for women, it's, tampons, farting, shitting, pissing, washing your hands, walking out. Males, it's let me piss all over the floor because I can't aim my bad boy in the urinal. Let me get shit on the rim of the toilet seat. Let me wash. Let me make really loud fart noises and groan. Ugh. What's appealing to that? About that, rather. Nothing, I would imagine, unless you have some fetish, but even then you're probably not going to go out of your way to sexually assault someone. And the thing is the reason I'm against this, for one, I don't see why there's a huge issue. But for two, as a libertarian, as a person who holds up the Constitution, as a person who believes in individuality, whatever, and a person who is all for individualism, I see barring a person's right for two things, too. This is barring the individual's right. I don't know how you're going to do this. You're going to be the gender police, or you're going to have a TSA specifically designated. Here, let me fondle your crotch to see if you have the right parts to go in this bathroom. You know how ludicrous this sounds? On that count alone, it's a violation of privacy. And the whole, aspect of, hey, what are your genitals so you can use the right bathroom? That's going to be a whole other world of Fourth Amendment violation as it is. And this also violates the business's right to run how it pleases. And I applaud Target because it's holding up and it's standing up to big government and it's saying, hey, bud, back off. We're running our stores how we please. And I think that's the big issue. It goes further than just, hey, I have a dick and I want to use the women's restroom. This bars a person's choice and a business's choice to do as they please. And a lot of people say, oh, but we'll never know which one's the rapist. And these same people will go and say, oh, well, there's always that risk of that one guy having the gun that is the nut and will go shoot a place up or go on a shooting rampage. And you can easily brush that off, but you can't digest the fact that, yes, inherently there will be scumbags who take advantage of this. It comes with the territory. Although they will be charged, they're not going to get special concessions because I'm a special butterfly. It's not like they had fun trying to transition anyway. It's probably a painstaking process. So I don't understand how you can't apply that same line of reasoning to that. I mean, I do to both. It's inevitable that someone with a gun could snap, and it's inevitable that someone is posing as a transgender to do awful things in the bathroom. Yet, in the end, the guy that goes on a shooting rampage and the guy that goes, or the woman that, cross dresses and rapes someone in the public bathroom will be brought to court and have a trial brought to them. And, people are arguing, well, what about the schools? That's a whole nother issue. What about the schools? Do you really think someone who wants to go look at girls is going to go and risk that stigma? Because let's not face it, even though there's a lot of accepting people in this country, there's still a stigma against transgendered people. Now, sorry if you heard that. That's the cat. Now, I went to school with a transgendered person, and they were ostracized on a constant basis because, it was a girl wanting to be a man who identified as a man. I don't think you might as well give them that right to go into the bathroom they identify with. Because they're sure as hell going to get enough bullshit as it is already, because these people probably grew up with this person, knew, oh, hey, John used to be Susie. Let's go make fun of her. And they're going to call her her. And they're going to say he, she. And they're going to call her a tranny. And they're going to say a bunch of other disparaging things. And, it's the new GOP social issue to be a complete asshole about. And I'm going to call it like I see it. I have not seen a lot of liberals talk about this in a bad light. I have not seen a lot of libertarians such as myself talk about it in a bad light. Not ANCOMs, not ANCAPs, not Green Partiers, but all I see is GOP people saying they're gonna, take advantage of this. And they lost the battle against the lesbians and the gays and the bisexuals, so now they're turning their sights on the transgendered people. And it's the same damn thing. If you could play Mad Libs with it. You could literally play Mad Libs with it. If you just replaced, gay with transgender, or transgender with gay, you can warp back to the 1990s. I'm not comfortable with sharing a bathroom with a gay person. Present day, I'm not comfortable with sharing a bathroom with a transgender person. Well, cry me a river, you've probably shared a bathroom with both. Get over it. It's none of your business to know whose junk is which. That's about it, YouTube. Peace out.